सर ये रिकॉर्ड होती है तो आप अपलोड कर दीजिए ना सर इसे यूट्यूब पे।
मैं कोशिश करूंगा।
ओके सर।
Okay, only 3 students are attending this class. So I'm going to share my entire screen so that you can see what I am typing on my desktop. So here I am sharing my entire screen. Now I hope you are able to see what is displaying on my screen. Let's take an attendance. So only 3 students are attending this class. I am downloading the attendance with the help of this Google Meet attendance collector. You can see in this CSV file. Your attendance has been recorded. So based on this attendance only, you are allowed to appear in the examination. If your attendance is less than 75%, you will not be allowed to attend the examination. So you can see on my screen, the automatic attendance collector collects the attendance. So today's attendance is 3 out of 7. So only 3 names are displaying on my screen: Prince Chaudhary, Vishal Maneshwar, and Prince Gati. You can see the date and time is also displaying on my desktop. So let's take a look on our syllabus. What are the topics are there? How many topics we have covered? So I am opening the revised CS syllabus of class 12. You can also download this syllabus from the CBSE website. So let's see what are the topics in our syllabus. So this is Computer Science class 12 syllabus, reduced syllabus. So text file, binary file, and CSV file we have already discussed. Python libraries we have discussed in our previous class. Now one more topic, data structure. So only this stack is written in this data structure. So I will discuss about this topic, data structure. So in your notebook, write down the today's date and the topic, data structure. I'm opening the notepad. Inside this notepad, I will type the notes, write down heading data structure. So what do you mean by data structure actually? So write down data structure. The structure of data in which data is organized on the basis of some mathematical or logical reason. So you can organize the data in the data structure. Organization may be based on some mathematical or logical reason. So in our topic, there is a stack. So how data is stored, how data is organized in a stack. So write down a stack is a linear structure in which insertion and deletion can take place only at one end. That end is called the top. Stack is also called LIFO. LIFO stands for last in, first out. Have you written all these things? Type inside the chat box if you have written. Type Y in chat box if you have written. No, okay.
The screen is gone.
Hello.
So screen is gone.
So data structure only means the organization of data. You can organize the data on the basis of some algorithm. For example, if you organize the data in increasing order or decreasing order or in some other way. For example, in stack, maybe you are seeing the stack of plates. Suppose if you are attending some wedding party, marriage party, you have seen the plates are placed on one by one. Let's see an image how the plates are placed on one by one. So you can see these plates. So you can pick only that plate which is placed on the top of the plates, which is at the top position. So this may be a real life example of a stack in which the insertion, if you want to put one more plate, you have to insert that plate on the top of this stack. If you want to remove one plate, you have to pick up that plate from the top of this stack. So this is stack. This stack of plate is also a very good example of a stack. For example, if you place books, if I search an image of books, stack of books, these are the images of books. So you can see, suppose they say we have put a book, so you cannot take out the book from the middle of this stack. So you can remove the book which is placed at the top of this stack. If you want to place any new book in this stack, you cannot insert inside the middle. So you have to put that book on the top of the stack. So this is also an example of a stack in which insertion means if you want to place one new data in this structure, it is placed on the position of top. Top is a position, means the last, at the last. Can you give me any other real life example in which we can insert or delete the data from the top only? Type inside the chat box. Can you give me some real life example of like that? If suppose a stack of plate or stack of book like that. Type inside the chat box. Any example which is coming in your mind? Vishal? Stack of plastic chairs. Very good. Prince Gate is saying Vishal, stack of bread. Okay, very good. So if you place bread one by one, let's see stack of bread if there is any image. Yes, so this is the stack, suppose. So if you want to pick up one bread, you have to pick up the bread from the top of this stack only, because if you try to remove a bread from the middle, it may disturb that stack. So you have to remove, or you have to insert the data from the top of the stack only. So this is a example of stack. So one more example is given by Vishal. No, Prince Gate, stack of plastic chair, very good. So you can, in computer level, so you place the plastic chair one by one inside it. You can insert the plastic chair one into another. Stack of chairs. If I like this is a stack of chairs. So you cannot remove the chair from the middle of this stack. You, if you want to insert one more chair, you cannot insert at the bottom or in the middle of this stack. So this is also a very good example of stack. So I hope you understand the concept of stack actually. So in computer also there is a data structure in which we can enter the data at the position, at the last position. We can remove the data from the last position. So if this type of data structure you are creating, it means you are creating a stack. So write down, for example, pile of books, a stack of coins, where you can remove only the top book or the coin placed at the top. Let's see whether image is available on the internet or not. I'm searching the stack of coins, suppose stack of coins. So you can see I found some images of a stack of coins. Maybe at your home also you organize your coins in this form. So you have to remove, if you want to remove one coin, you have to pick up the coin from the top of this stack only. If you want to insert one more coin, you can insert that coin from the top of the stack only. So this is also a very nice example of a stack. In real life, we found there are so many examples of a stack in which insertion and deletion occurs only from one end. That is called the top of the stack. So write down in your notebook. Stack performs two major operations. Push and pop. So in computer science, push means insertion and pop means deletion, an element from a stack. So you can write down, when an element is added on top of the stack, it is called push operation. And when an element is removed from the top of the stack, it is called pop operation. So in computer science, if you are saying that you are pushing, you are operating one operation that is called push operation on the stack, it means you are inserting an element in a stack. And in computer science, if you are saying that you are popping any element from the stack, it means you are deleting an element from the stack. So from this pop, I remembered one more example of stack, that poppins. Do you know what are poppins? Type inside the chat box if you know about poppins. If you know something about poppins, type inside the chat box yes or no. Hello? Vishal?
सर चॉकलेट होती है सर वो.
Yes, very good. So you can see on poppins as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Poppins is a very popular toffee actually. This poppins, it is a very popular chocolate or toffee, you can see. So this poppins also contains the stack of those candies, and you have to remove the top candies if you want to enjoy the candy. Then you have to remove the top candy, then only you can remove the bottom or the next candy from the poppin. So this is also an example of stack actually. If I take a glass tube, suppose I'm creating one diagram. If I make a cylinder like this, and if I enter some balls inside this cylinder, suppose red ball, and then green ball, and then blue ball, so this is also an example of stack. The last element inserted in this tube, means this blue ball, will be deleted first. Without removing this blue ball, you cannot remove the green ball. So this is also an example of stack. So at the top position there is a blue ball. This is ball is a top position. So when you remove one element from the stack, suppose the top position is 3, suppose, then the value of top becomes 2, 3 minus 1, 2. And if again if you delete another element, then the position of top become 1. So like this stack is working. So there are so many examples. I hope you understand the concept of a stack. Now, how to implement a stack in computer? Please note down in your notebook. Implementation of stack. So in Python, you know that there is a object, list object. So we can implement this concept of stack with the help of list. So write down implementation of stack using list. So basic operation you perform on the list is called stack. Creation of a stack, and then push operation means addition or adding element in a stack, and then checking for empty stack, whether stack is empty or not, and then you can perform pop operation, means deleting elements from a stack, and then you can traverse. Traverse means one by one you go through all the items in a stack and displaying the value on the screen. So these are the basic operations. So how can you create a stack? Write down the next topic, creating a stack. So there are two ways. Creating a stack means you can create one list. So suppose if you are creating a list, suppose the name of the list is stack, then you can write stack is equal to list. So with the help of this function, you know this list function creates a list, empty list, or you can use another method. You can write stack is equal to empty brackets like this. So how list is created in Python, you already know. With the help of this list function also, you can create an empty list. With the help of this square bracket, if you assign a square bracket to a variable, in this way also you can create an empty list. So like list, in order to access the elements in a stack, index values are used. Thus the first element in the stack will be, how can we identify, how can we represent a first element in the list? Can you type inside the chat box? Suppose I want to represent the first element of the list with the help of index. So can you type inside the chat box how this can be done? Prince Chaudhary. Maybe you forgot that we can access the elements of a list with the help of index also. So if you write the name of the list is stack, suppose, and inside the square bracket if you write 0, it means you are representing, you are accessing the first element of the list. Yes, Vishal is writing print. No, direct inside the square bracket you have to type the name of the list also. So you can write print and name of the list and then square bracket, and inside the square bracket you can type 0. For example, if I open an standard Python editor, so suppose if I declare one variable and inside this variable I call the list function. So you know that this list method returns an empty list. So stack becomes an empty list. So if I print stack like this, so you can see the empty brackets are displaying on the screen. Means with the help of this list method, we can create an empty list. So this is a variable, means this is a list type object, and this list type object is empty now. If you want to assign one value, suppose stack 0 is equal to suppose 100. Then if I print the stack on the screen, you will see one error, list assignment index out of range. This error is occurring. How you can assign a value? You know that there is append method. So with the help of append method, you can append one value inside the list. So now you can see first it is displaying empty list and then one value inside the list. So if I write stack and 0 like this, so 0 means the first element, the first element is 100 only, so 100 will be displayed on the screen like this, 100. So in the previous example, it is displaying the complete list with the square bracket, but you can also access individual element with the help of index. So if I am passing index 0, so at index 0, the value is 100, so 100 is displaying. So in this way, you can access the list element with the help of index. So the first element in the stack will be write down stack 0, and the second element will be at stack 1 and so on. So how to add elements in a stack? Can you type inside the chat box how you can add elements in a stack or in a list? List.append, very good. So Vishal is typing list.append. So inside the append method, you can pass any value. In this append method, you can pass any value, and that value will be automatically inserted at the end of the list. Mehul is also typing list name.append, very good, correct. So go on and write down adding elements into a list. Now the list is in the form of a stack, so I am writing a stack. So adding a new element to the stack is called push operation actually. It's called push operation. So in Python, the list function append is used to add elements into the stack. Syntax is, you already know syntax, list variable dot append, and inside the append function you pass any value. So here X is the element to be inserted. Into the stack, and is inserted at the end of the list, implemented as a stack. And now write down, note down in your notebook, algorithm for push operation. Number 1, you start, then you initialize, off with -1, and then you get the element from the user. And then you can append in the stack that element. And finally you stop. So this is the algorithm. You know that algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve a problem. So you start, then you initialize stop with -1, and then you read the element, input, enter the element, and then you append one element inside in the list, and then you stop. So this is the algorithm of push operation. So if you want to delete an element from the stack, then in that case you have to check whether the stack is empty or not. If the stack is empty, deletion is not possible, and if the stack is not empty, then you can remove the element from the stack. So write down the heading checking for empty stack. So before we delete an element from a stack or to display all the elements, we must ensure that stack should not be empty. If it is not empty, the pop operation can be performed to delete or remove the top element and traversal, that is access and display of stack element can also be done. So you have to check whether stack is empty or not, because if the stack is empty, then you cannot remove an element from the stack because no elements are there. The stack is empty. The stack is without any element. And if it is not empty, then you can delete the element from the top of the stack, and then you can traverse that stack so that the modified stack will be displayed on the screen. So I hope you have noted down all these notes. So you can write also algorithm to check empty stack. So first start, then you can write stack length is equal to len of stack. You know that there is a len function which returns the number of elements in a list. If the number of elements is 0, or if stack len is equal empty, then you can print the stack is empty. Go to step 5. If stack is not empty, then you can use the pop method. You know that pop method removes the last element of the list. So this is an algorithm actually. You know that algorithm are the simple steps to perform some operation. So these are the steps to solve any problem. So this is the algorithm to check empty stack. Now if you want to delete an element from the stack, so write down the heading deleting an element from a stack. So in Python, the list function pop is used to pop or remove or delete elements from a stack. The syntax is list.pop. So you know that this pop method also returns the element which is deleted from the list. So you can display that element on the screen also. Another operation is traversing stack elements. So in traversal process, the elements from the top position get displayed and processed in the reverse order. So you will start from the top and then second last element, then third last element, and fourth last element. In this way, you can display the elements on the screen. That is called traversing. Traversing means process each element of the list or stack. So there is a practical based on this stack in which you have to insert, delete, and show the elements of the stack on the screen. So in my next class, I will show you how to write a program with the help of list which shows implementation of a stack in a computer. So I hope you have noted down all these notes in your notebook. Have you noted down?
सर लास्ट का नहीं हुआ लास्ट का यस सर हो गया
Prince Chaudhary, have you noted down? Prince Chaudhary,
सर लिख रहे हैं सर completed
completed. Show me your copy. So Prince Chaudhary had left the meeting. Maybe there is some network issue. So I'm going to end this class. I will show in my next class how you can implement the stack with the help of Python programming. So this is a very important topic, and a question may be asked in the examination from the stack. What is a stack and how you can perform insertion and deletion operation on the stack. So how to implement a stack, how you can perform insertion and deletion operation on the stack, and how you can display the values with the help of stack, display the value on the screen. So I will show you how to implement the concept of a stack with the help of Python programming. So I will share these notes in my classroom because I had saved these notes. So in my classroom, I will share these notes inside the material. I'm typing title stack. What is stack? And then what I'm typing the topic, data structure, stack, and I'm assigning this file. So if you don't have notes on stack, if you are not able to note down it properly, then you can note down from my classroom. I had attached this file, notes on stack. It will open in Notepad, and from that Notepad you can note down the notes of stack in your classwork notebook. So I'm posting this, I'm assigning this material to all the students, and then I'm posting this. So inside my classroom, you will see data structure and stack. So I'm going to end this class because I know that your data pack is very important. There is a free data pack, but that free data pack also has some limitations. Maybe 1 GB or 2 GB internet data you are receiving from your that mobile company's provider. So I'm ending this class. You can also leave this class by clicking on this leave call button, which is at the middle of the turn off microphone and turn off camera.